The time is definitely 1947. The place I'm not too sure of, but I'm going to guess that it is at my grandparents' home in Glasgow, Montana. I'm talking to you in the month of September 2012. Before I begin with the movie, I'd like to introduce you to the characters. To the right is Grandma Leistiko, and she's with her daughter Emma. She would be in her early 70s, and if you could talk to her, you would notice a German accent. If you were around her, you would find her very busy, a very busy person, both at work and at play. She was born Augusta Bleich in Germany in the 1870s, and she immigrated to this country as a young adult and later married Frederick Leistiko. There are a lot of stories to tell about her, and I'll do so, but that's for a later episode. This is a Wolf family. Emma Wolf on the right is the connection to the Leistikos, and her husband is Dode Wolf, always called Dode, but I think his official name was Theodore. And to the left is their daughter Maxine, and I'll say Maxine is about age 13. I don't recall a specific home place for this family. Dode worked for a large corporation, and that kept them on the move. Here we see Fred Leistiko and family. Fred is with his wife Irene and their two daughters, Janet on the left and Carol on the right. This family lived in Malta, Montana, actually on the outskirts of Malta, Montana, on a small farm. But Fred did not make his living as a farmer. He worked for the telephone company. But I remember that farm. I really liked it out there. I can remember a large garden and a chicken coop. This is my family. My father, Ted Leistiko, my mother, Alice, and my younger sister, Carla. I called my parents Mom and Dad, whereas my father called his parents Ma and Pa. Different generations, I guess. Our family is a little unusual in that both my parents worked. Back in those days, moms were more or less full-time moms, but my mother was a beautician, and she worked for some 40 years. She had her shop in the home, and often she had 2 or 3 employees. My dad was a farmer. He farmed a section of land southeast of Glasgow, and we raised wheat and barley. I worked alongside him when I was a teenager. We lived most of the time in Glasgow, Montana. The farm itself was shut down as a home in the early 1950s. Indoor movies in 1947 were a bit difficult. The film in those days was not very sensitive, and somebody had to set up lights, floodlights. I would say as much as 1,000 watts of light bulbs were set up to illuminate the area. Once that was done, you had to get everybody together and let them know that you were about to take movies. So it was kind of a rush, and it makes things a little bit affected looking, but that's what happened for the movie you're about to see. Grandma with Carla. Maxine with her father Dode. Fred Leistiko and family. The Wolves. I'm the little boy, 4 years old. Irene. There's my dad. If there was any goofing around to be done, Janet and I were front and center. You'll see in a moment. I think Dode's making a point. Little smooch from Emma. We would do this until we were exhausted. Maxine. I really don't recognize the surroundings. Janet going a little hyper there. Carol. Everybody seems to be in a good mood. I'm not sure what the occasion was. All right, I think we finally tired out. Carol's probably wondering what's going on. Yeah, we've had enough. Boy, this was a long time ago. Bye-bye.